Okay, so smartphone cameras have come so far these days that it's kind of hard to find a smartphone with really, really bad cameras. I mean, even the cheaper budget smartphones are coming with some pretty decent cameras that, are going to get you that, average shot that you need. And, that's the beauty of having so many smartphones these days to choose from, is because, there are so many people that have different taste in picture quality. And that's what I love about having so many smartphones to choose from that are going to give us different picture qualities coming from the cameras. Well, today I want to talk about a specific device. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. This video is based off of my own opinion. Everybody is allowed their own opinion, and I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment sections below after I'm done showing you all of the photos I've been able to take with this device and the videos as well. I would love to know your thoughts on them, on whether you like them or not. Are the cameras perfect? No, they are not perfect. There's always room for improvement with the cameras on any device. But I have definitely been enjoying my experience with the cameras on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so starting off with the cameras that the Galaxy S23 Ultra comes with. Up in the front, we got a 12 megapixel selfie lens. Going to the back, we got a 200 megapixel main lens, which is boss. I mean, pictures come out great with that 200 megapixel lens. I'll just tell you that right now. We can also use it as a 50 megapixel camera and a 12 megapixel camera as well. We also got a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. That way you can get those wider shots that you want. We got a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto lens and a 10 megapixel 10x telephoto lens. And we can also zoom in up to 100 times so we can get that beautiful picture of the moon that we all love getting. What I'm gonna do right now, before I give you my overall thoughts on the cameras, I took tons of photos. I took great photos, amazing photos. I took some okay photos, but I'm just gonna let all of these pictures that I took just run through, let you all look at them. Y'all can let me know what you think down in the comments. And then once all of the pictures are showing, I'll let you know my thoughts on these cameras when it comes to taking photos. And then we'll go ahead and move on to video. Enjoy. that is a lot of photos, but what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments, especially when it came to the pictures of the food. Did you get hungry? Because I know I got hungry again, just looking at the photos of the food here. But when I took the pictures of the food, I actually was not using the food mode within the camera setting. I was just using just regular auto mode. And in my opinion, the picture still came out great. The pictures of my son came out great when he was moving around, playing around. I was really surprised that I was able to get a lot of shots of him with a lot of movement, because before it wasn't really like that. With the S22 Ultra, when there was movement going on, it was kind of hard to get a good shot. You know, pictures would just come out blurry. And I do still experience that just a little bit. In one of the pictures of my son, his face did come out a bit blurry. I mean, yeah, it still looks okay, but it did come out a little bit blurry, and he wasn't even moving a lot in this photo. He did have a little bit of movement, but there could be a little bit of improvement just when it comes to that area with the cameras right here. There is still a little bit of shutter lag. From the moment you press that button to take a picture, it's still just a little bit slower than it should be. So hopefully they can fix that with an update, but it's definitely faster than, you know, it used to be. Like I said, I was able to capture all of those other photos of my son moving around, and they came out looking good. The same thing with, you know, 3x telephoto photos, 10x zoom photos. I think those photos came out great in my opinion. And they're just fun to use because they really make your photos look cool. Even for someone who's not really, you know, good at taking photos or being creative or anything like that. If the moment you hit 3x zoom or 10x telephoto, I mean, you can actually make just a random picture look pretty cool, because it also adds some of that bokeh effect in the back as well, almost making it look like a professional photo. But overall, I think the cameras on this device perform well, whether you're using the main lens, the ultra wide angle lens, any of the telephoto lenses. Yeah, when it comes to using that 100x zoom, definitely a very cool feature that is there, something just cool to show off. But the pictures are not always, you know, they're not always usable. They do come out just a little bit blurry, kind of like this one right here when I was at the beach and we zoomed in 100x into the ocean and we were able to get whatever that was out there. Yeah, it's cool that we were able to see that, but it did come out, you know, a little bit blurry, not really usable. Like I said, just something cool to show off. Now, when it comes to overall portrait mode, I think portrait mode does a really good job on this device when it does come to edge detection. And one of the photos, my hair, it did miss a few of my hairs that were kind of popping out, but for the most part, I mean, edge detection has gotten so much better when it comes to portrait mode, you know, with the cameras on this device. And then when it comes to night photos, I think it does a good job with night photos, especially, did you see that astrophotography shot that I took with the camera? And I actually just took that tonight. The sky was finally clear. There was a little bit of clouds in this photo right here, but I mean, the way the star, you can see every single star pretty much that was in the sky. You can see all the mountains in the back, the desert. And I gotta tell you guys, it was actually pitch black right here where we were at. Honestly, it was kind of scary because it was so dark you couldn't see anything. But you know, I just set my phone up there on top of my car on the tripod, pointed it at the sky, tried to make sure there was some mountains in the photos. And I mean, I think the picture came out great, if I'm being totally honest here. Overall, I think pictures look good no matter what lens you're using. Samsung definitely did a good job when it came to the cameras on this device. They have definitely been improved when compared to the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Yeah, not a huge improvement, because the cameras on that device were already really good, but they have definitely gotten better, especially when it comes to stabilization and trying to take a picture when moving. Even stabilization has gotten better with the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now, I am no professional photographer or anything like that. I just know what I like and what I don't like. So when it comes to using the Pro mode on here, honestly, I wouldn't even really know how to use that. I kind of messed with it a little bit, but I still need a little bit more learning when it comes to the Pro mode. I'll save that for the professionals. Like I said, I am no professional photographer. I just know what kind of pictures I like and what kind of pictures I don't like. And for the most part, I like the pictures, or I love the pictures that I get from the Galaxy S23 Ultra. But let's go ahead and check out some video. Okay, now before we move on, I gotta give a huge thanks and shout out to the sponsors of this video, Casetify. Now, if you're not sure who Casetify is, I mean, it's in the name. They're right here in front of me. They make cases, not only just regular boring cases, but actually really cool looking cases that give your device style and great protection. So when it comes to their popular impact cases that I have right here in front of me, you're gonna get up to 8.2 feet of drop protection. protection. With the tree root inspired twister pattern, it provides the ultimate drop cushioning that stands up to 8.2 feet of drop protection with 4 times military grade standard. And these cases are made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials. And I've actually done drop tests with these cases right here on the channel with other devices, and the phones always still come out looking like brand new. So when it comes to that drop protection, I mean, you can't go wrong with the impact cases from Casetify right here. Now, just because these cases do provide some really good drop protection doesn't mean they're super bulky on your device. They're actually pretty sleek for the amount of protection that they provide. Going to that back camera module, as you can see, there is a nice deep cutout there to where the cameras are just under the case. So if you happen to accidentally drop it flat on its back, it's giving those cameras enough lift to where they're not going to touch any flat surface. And the same thing goes for when it comes to that display. We're getting some pretty good sized lips on the top and the bottom to where if I were to accidentally drop this phone flat down on a flat surface just like that, it will protect this display from getting any scratches and possibly any cracks as well. We got a precise cutout up at the top of these cases for that microphone, precise cutouts down at the bottom for that S Pen, which is still easily accessible. As you can see here, we got a precise cutout for the speaker, the microphones, and the charging port as well. And overall, this case just feels really good in the hands. And as you can see here in front of me, I got a lot to choose from, but this is not all they have to choose from. If you go to their website, they got tons of designs to choose from, and that is what Casetify is all about. Not only protecting your device with some of the best protection you can get, but also giving style to your phone with all of the cool designs they have to choose from. And you don't always have to choose from the designs they have. You can also customize your own case like the one that you see right here. It's got my name on there, Josh, as you can see right there, and you can pretty much customize these the exact way that you want to with either your name or some other type of word or even a picture as well. And I'll have a link down in the description below in case you do want to check any of these cases out for yourself. That will also get you a little discount there as well. So make sure you use my link down in the description below to pick up one of these cases for yourself, and make sure you keep that beautiful Galaxy S23 Ultra protected, because with a beautiful device like this, yeah, you don't want it breaking on you. So again, huge thanks and shout out to Casetify for sponsoring this video. Okay, so now moving on to the video portion of this video, talking about overall video quality when it comes to the cameras on the S23 Ultra. Honestly, in my opinion, starting off with 4K 30 frames per second, as you can see right here, just walking around, in my opinion, I think video quality is great. Stabilization is great. As you can see in this video right here, just kind of walking around, moving the camera around, looking at this building right here, looking at all the graffiti around me, or art, I should say. This is a whole art section they got going on here. And overall video quality looks great. The sun wasn't out and super bright during this time right here, and I think it still handled the lighting well. Even when zooming in 3 times telephoto, and even when zooming in 10 times as well, it still handled it good, even with stabilization. Still just moving around here, as you can see, still nice and steady, zooming in even more, as you can see there, to the max that it will allow me to. And then right here, we're checking out the ultra wide angle lens, still doing a good job when it comes to stabilization. Video quality still looking good, nice and smooth. Look at that. Going back to the main lens, now you can see it does change up the color just a little bit when you go from the wide angle, the ultra wide angle lens to the regular main camera lens. It's not super consistent in the colors. It did look a little bit cooler when using that ultra wide angle lens. So I thought I'd go ahead and point that out. But for me, personally, I am happy with video quality. Oh, when it comes to these cameras right here. Moving on to the next one, this is the selfie lens right here. And I'm just walking around, just doing, you know, just seeing what video is like with that front-facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second again. Now these cameras do have the option of recording at 4K 60 frames per second, which looks just as good, but of course is going to look a lot smoother, gives that smoother video because of the higher frame rate. And I actually have a full 4K video test on the channel already with this device right here, which I'll have linked down in the description below in case you do want to check that out, because I do test these cameras out in the daytime, nighttime at 4K 30 and at 4K 60 as well. I also do a lot of running to really check out stabilization. Going on to the next video here, this is portrait video mode with the front-facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second. And I actually think this performed great. It's perfectly cutting my body out while blurring the background, almost making it look like I'm recording with a professional camera. And then still going on with the portrait video mode, but this time with the rear facing camera, I think it does an even a better job because, you know, rear cameras are always going to be better than the selfie cameras in the front, but I think overall quality looks great. I mean, look at that. I might even start using this to record the videos here on the channel, just using that portrait video mode with the rear cameras. I think it looked great. Now moving on to just some night video right here. This was from my 4K video test that I did, just to show you a little sample of what this is going to look like. This was with the selfie camera at 4K 30 frames per second. As you can see, I'm kind of moving around a lot here. Now, I kind of experienced this with every 4K video test that I do. When recording at night, video could be a bit jittery, not as smooth, and that's kind of the case for when recording video with pretty much any camera at night. But I still think it did handle it pretty well. And then when it comes to that rear facing camera at 4K 30 frames per second, I think video was nice and smooth. As you can see, you can still see a lot of the detail in the fountain there. It's looking clear. It's looking smooth, everything in the background. You can even see what's going on back there as well. Overall, I think video quality at night is pretty decent. Yes, in my opinion, it could be better. As you can see right here, this is the ultra wide angle lens, still looking pretty good. But yes, it could be a little bit better. It's still not the best when it comes to recording at night. But overall, I think video quality at night is pretty decent and it is usable. So I have no complaints at all. I personally can use this at night for myself. Now, what I'm going to play for you next is actually a video test that I did using director's view and just me talking, walking around. You can also hear what the microphone sound like on this device right here. So check it out. Okay, so here's a little video test using director's view. Now, what I really like about this mode is that it gives you the chance to be able to use that front facing camera and the rear facing cameras at the exact same time. So you can see my reaction to whatever it is I'm seeing in front of me. You're not just stuck to using, you know, one single lens. And what's also cool about this is that you get to take advantage of all the rear lenses, not just one. So if I want to switch over to the ultra wide angle lens, look at that. You can switch over to that as easy as that, back to the main lens. And then you can also use the, let me bring the arrow back out here. You can also use the telephoto lens, as you can see there, but it won't let you zoom any more than that. You're stuck at using just either one of those three lenses, but pretty cool, pretty cool. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about the overall mic quality when it comes to recording on this phone right here. How well is the mic picking up my voice? I got some background sounds around me, so let me know how it's picking up my voice over, you know, the background sounds going on here. But overall, I really like this feature. So there it is, some director's view. What do you think? In my opinion, I think the director's view on this phone right here is really cool because you get to switch between every single lens that you want, whether it's, you know, the main lens, ultra wide angle lens, or the telephoto lens, while still using that selfie lens as well. And this would be good for creators that like to do like reaction videos, because you can record yourself and then you can record what you want the people to see as well. So very, very cool feature. But overall, I think video quality is great. I mean, overall, when it comes to both photos and videos, I think these are some very great performing cameras on the S23 Ultra. And in my opinion, I kind of think these are the best just overall cameras overall, if that makes sense. Because, you know, you have your smartphones that are really, really good at taking photos, but kind of need work in the video area to where it's not as usable as the cameras on another phone, kind of like the Pixel 7 Pro. I can get some amazing pictures on there. I mean, those cameras for taking photos are probably one of the best out there, the top three when it comes to cameras on a smartphone when it comes to taking photos. But when it comes to taking video, yeah, video quality has gotten a lot better, but it can still use some work. I would rather take video with my Galaxy S23 Ultra. Well, when it comes to this device right here, I mean, I'm able to get some amazing photos and video as well. So when it just comes to overall more reliable cameras that are going to get you great photos and videos, I mean, I think the S23 Ultra is the one, at least in my opinion. Like I said, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, but I'm able to get some great photos and video. I have been loving the cameras on my S23 Ultra, especially when I really need to zoom in on whatever it is I'm taking a photo of. I mean, these cameras do not let me down. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. Do you find yourself liking the quality that these cameras put out when it comes to photos and video? Or do you think it could use some work? And if you have this device for yourself, what kind of pictures are you getting? How are the cameras treating you? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Like I said, I'm no professional photographer. I'm no professional when it comes to cameras. I just know what I like and what I don't like. And this right here, I do like. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, Casetify, down in the description below. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.